Pulavinaka Noe Maori, welcome, greetings everybody. Welcome to the podcast series, a Just and Equitable Transition News podcast series, the Traveling Diplomat with JJ here, bringing all of you listeners on board on this great journey that I'm currently doing and meeting just amazing people involved in the ocean space, at the IMO, in climate spaces as well, and beyond. It's a way to bring the humanity to sometimes these technical discussions and getting to know the people, the amazing people involved in the work. And today we have a special guest all the way from the beautiful island of Bintan, Indonesia. Guys, welcome Asti!
Terima kasih, JJ, for inviting me.
Oh my goodness, Asti, you have no idea how excited I am for this sharing. I mean, we spoke earlier this week, and I mean, just getting to know your story is such an inspiring story, and I think it's great for all our listeners out there to hear the story, hear your story as well, and just to know that the ocean is vast, and yet everybody has these interconnected parallel struggles that we all go through, and the amazing work that amazing people like yourselves are doing, And so guys, hit the reaction button, like it, don't like it, love it, care for it, sad emoji, whichever, guys, hit that react button and repost and share this. It's so important that we get to meet these amazing people. Guys, Asti, welcome, and guys as well listening, welcome to this. Ooh, I'm so excited. Where do I even begin, Asti? First of all, Asti, tell the people a little bit of your origin story. Let them know, how Asti came to be.
Yeah, thank you, JJ. I'm so excited also to share my story from Bintan Island.
Yes.
So for those of you who maybe don't know where is Bintan, because maybe if you heard about Indonesia, you only know Bali as an island, beautiful island, Bali. But we also have a small island that also part of the border areas close to Singapore. So Bintan Island, Bintan, Bintan.
Yes.
Is the name of the island that I was born and live until today. So I'm a girl from small island. This island is only 1,800 kilometers square, around that number.
Yep.
It's 3 times bigger than Singapore before reclamation. So and we really close to Singapore and Malaysia. We are in the also region called Malacca Strait.
Yeah.
So back then is an international trading shipping line, I will say.
Yeah.
And then it's only 40 minutes to Singapore if you go from the North Port, or if you go from my city in the South Port of Bintan Island, you need to take a ferry for 2 hours to Singapore.
Guys,
so that's the story.
Pictures, some images here of the beautiful Bintan Island. Here you can see down here,
Yes.
Beautiful.
And I was living the south.
There we go.
Tanjung Pinang.
All right.
The capital city. Yeah. So that's my story. That I was born here. I'm local, but then, like you said, that everybody who live around the world will have interconnected stories, and I believe so. And also about why I come back to my hometown, even though I already moved to Yogyakarta, another city in Indonesia near to Jakarta, which is part of Java as well, Yogyakarta, for almost 7 years there for my bachelor degree in geography, and then worked as a research assistant for some of a NGO and research center. And then afterwards, I got scholarship to go in Netherlands as well to take my master in environmental and infrastructure planning in Groningen. And just after I finished my master, I don't see Java or other big city in Indonesia as my option. I just want to come back home because I already have a big vision and missions to bring.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I really love my small island. It's some people even in Indonesia, the government will not see it as a something that big for them. They don't really have a concern about small island. I will say it's very kind of like Java centric capital city, a big city. In my hometown, this small island, we don't have big mall, we don't have skyscraper, but of course in the some part we have luxurious resort owned not by local, most of them. And also in the other areas that I really love is our pristine sea, and also our long exists culture, and we never look ocean or sea as a separate element. It's our bridge. We go to small island, we visit our families by having a boat, or we call it as pompong or sampan, so it's like the wooden boat. And it's a normal for someone living in another small island. So in Bintan we have another small island less than 5 kilometers square, and you just need to take a boat for like 10 to 15 minutes. So I fall in love again with my hometown after I moved to Netherlands. So distance makes my love fonder to my own island.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's the story. Maybe we can also talk about it later if you have another question. So that's the structure.
Absolutely, because it was building on to this question.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration, or what was your relationship with the ocean or the sea or the land growing up as as an indigenous person of Bintan? What was that relationship like? What were your experiences growing up there?
Yeah, so in Bintan, if you in our history, that Bintan is under the Malay
Malay
Sultanate.
Kingdom.
Yeah, the Malay Kingdom, the Riau Lingga. So just for a context, before the country exists like Singapore, Malaysia, or Indonesia, in the Southeast Asia, my region called Riau Lingga. So Riau is the name of this area back then. So if you're looking for the Dutch or the manuscript about my island, they're gonna type it as Riouw, Riau. But in Bahasa, in my local language, we call it as Riau, Riau. So Riau is coming from the word in Malay, in our local language here, from Riuh. Riuh means bustling, means crowded. So before the country exists, Malaysia, as part of Malaysia, Johor, Pahang, which is now become a city, if I'm not mistaken, in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And then Singapore, back then named the Temasek. And then Riau Lingga is under the same monarch, the same kingdom, the Riau Lingga Johor Pahang.
Yeah.
So that's the story about it until because of the late sultan passed away, and the sultan has two sons, and then they trying to fight each other to get the throne. And drama, see the potential to split and divide. So the first son become a sultan of Johor, and the territory is the Malaysia and Singapore that we know today. It's under the British control, because back then British helped the first son to become a sultan there. Yeah, and then the Riau Lingga, which is my hometown now, is controlled by Dutch, because Dutch helped the second son, Sultan Abdul Rahman, to become a king in this region. So that's the story. Why I need to tell this one? Because if you come to Johor, Pahang in Malaysia, and if you go to Singapore and you go to my city Tanjung Pinang, you're gonna see the same vibrant culture. You're gonna hear almost very similar language. Either you speak Malay or you speak like in the Chinese local language, we also speak Teochew and Hokkien. So the things that I want to show you why I would say that I'm indigenous, because back then in 17th centuries, the Malay Sultan also invite 1,000 people from the South China, Fujian. Some people in South China who speak Teochew and Hokkien, to come to this small island, to this region, to work as the gambir plantation worker. So gambir is a really, really expensive spice commodities back then for textile and leather products.
Wow.
So that's how we also get a fusion with Chinese.
Yeah.
And then even the queen, the wife of the late sultan who passed away, also have a foster son. And he is the captain, or like we call it as kapitan, which is like the trader or merchants leader. And he is Chinese, and his name is Kapitan Witik Singh. So we have Malay and Chinese. The other thing, the other ethnic and tribe that also built this monarch to become so big is Bugis. So Bugis is another tribe coming from very, very far away from Bintan. It's from Bugis, from South Sulawesi of Indonesia. And the Bugis people, everybody know, they are a good sailor and they are a good ship maker. So they have pinisi. So I think pinisi is already pinisi. Everybody know about pinisi in Indonesia. If you said, oh, you make a pinisi, they know it's a big, big ship with the big sail as well. So my father is a Bugis man. He migrated to Bintan when he was 12 years old by big ship, by kapal.
Pinisi.
Yeah, and then my uncle from my father, I mean the brother of my father, is the ship maker. So they believe in their local community in Bugis. Some people, some men, they will have a talent to become a good sailor, but the rest will be a good ship maker. They never have two jobs in the same time. So my uncle is a good pinisi maker from Ara, but my father, I call him as Abu, is the sailor, is a good sailor, I will say. He has a skill not from the formal academic background. So yeah, he know how to ride the boat, the ship. And then it's kind of like some people will see it as a curse for Bugis family that if they will have a son, the son will be sailor or ship maker, which is true. I have two older brothers, and two of them also working as a sailor. But they coming from the formal academic school, I will say.
Right.
So they get the degree. It's different with my father case. So now in my genes, in my bloodline, I got my father Bugis man, which is the good sailor who migrate already.
Yeah.
And then like I said, I forgot to tell you why Bugis man is really important with the Malay monarch. Because they're working as the I will say, we call it as Panglima or warrior or the prime minister for the Riau Lingga Sultanate in the 17th centuries. So after the Malacca Sultanate, which is Malay Sultanate, get attacked by Portuguese in the late of 16th centuries, the Sultan moved to Johor and then moved it to the south part, which is Tanjung Pinang nowadays, my city.
Right.
And he asked for help from the Orang Laut, the indigenous coastal or sea communities who still do the nomadans or sea nomads. And he's also looking for help from Bugis people. And to make it tight the commitment, Sultan give a good title and position for Bugis people to serve as the prime minister or having another high-ranking officials in Malay Sultanate in Riau Lingga. So that's how we have Malay Bugis. And now my father is Bugis man and my mom is Malay mixed Chinese because my grandpa is Chinese. My grandma is Malay. So I'm the mediator of Tanjung Pinang, I would say.
You can say that. You're like the ambassador.
Yes.
And with that rich history, with that rich history with the ocean, how has that informed your work today?
Oh, I cannot live without sea. I mean, since I was young, every time I need to buy some goods or item, we need to travel to other island, like we call it as Batam, which is a bigger city than Tanjung Pinang, or we need to go to Malaysia or Singapore. and we never see it as a problem. But I know that for my friend who live far from this kind of region, which is the small islands, they live in big island like main island like Java or Sumatra or
Right.
even Europe, the continent.
Yeah.
They will see it as a you take a risk. Oh, you're gonna crash with the wave. You need to be careful with the wind. I mean, you can also die because of a car accident, to be honest. So I never see sailing is a problem. And I enjoy sailing as well. So my father even push us, all the kids, to know how to drive a boat before we know how to drive a car. Because we live in this region, and
Yeah.
of course the geography matters to also influence our diet. So even until today, even when I moved to Netherlands, I choose Groningen just because we have 2 days in a week to have a fish market in front of the Grotemark, so I can easily buy pomfret and mackerel and herrings instead if I stay in other European countries or cities. So that's my also consideration why I chose Groningen back then, because I live with seafood. I cannot eat beef or lamb, not because I don't see it delicious. I already tried, but I don't know. I think just because I'm the island girls, and I think to have a sustainable diet, it's not like changing you to become suddenly become a vegan. I will say that eat something that you can reach or you can find in your local resources, in your own land, in your own territory. I think it's better. I mean, to become vegan is also nice, but for me as a girls who live in the small island, and we also have a bauxite a big bauxite mining here. Our soil looks so red. That's why even in Dutch manuscript they said that our island as the Mars Island. We cannot grow, we cannot plant a lot of veggies because of the soil, and we also have a water scarcity because
In
we live in
Bintan.
in Bintan. So it's not too much plantation for fruits or for veggies. So we always shipping all these items from big island, from Riau, which is Sumatra, or Jambi.
Yeah.
So you can imagine why I said seafood is really matters. And talking about the sea, like I said to you earlier, my father is a sailor, but he's not coming from the formal background. I remember very vivid that most of my neighbor, they are also a sailor, but in that time, in the early 2000, they are a smuggler. Some of them are smugglers, some of them are traders. So they sell like the veggies to Singapore, to other country with only do the paddle boat. They only use paddle boat. They don't use any machine. We don't see the restriction territory because we always think that this is our land, this is our sea, this is our territory, this is our way to commute, to communicate, to trading and everything. So yeah, I'm very proud about this culture and this knowledge. Every time I go to big city in Jakarta or Java, I always say to them that, oh, I have a pristine white sand shoreline and everything.
Let's go.
And because of that beautiful landscape and culture,
Yeah.
all of my research, either in my bachelor degree or master degree, is always related with the problem in my small island. And my focus is back then is only about water and sanitation system.
Yeah.
But until I realized that the water and sanitation system, so this is also the result that I found in my research. Sometimes the preferences or the choice that people make here in this small island to either install the septic tank, like the good proper sanitation system, or not. The choice is not because money driven, not because the high education level. Funny thing is also because of the ethnicity and the belief of water or the disposal system. So some of them, I will not say the ethnicity, but some of them believe that water can purify the dirty things. So because we live mostly on the floating houses near to the shoreline, so they think because water can purify everything, they just dispose the black water to the
Waste.
sea without
Yeah.
any treatment. And because of that things, they also just throw a trash to the water, to the sea.
Because of that belief, eh?
Because of that belief,
Yeah.
because we have the wave, because we have the current, so they think anyway, sea will purify everything. And because of that result, and I did census, so I did a deep interview as well. I understand that to touch this issue, I cannot only bring scientific knowledge. I cannot just only bring textbook knowledge. I also need to touch the ground. I need to give information by their folklore, oral story, and understand their belief as well. And afterward, I changed my research focus not only to just water, to just engineering stuff, but also to understand the anthropological stuff. And that's why I took some minor study also in anthropology and culture, and also get a scholarship from the Australian government last year for filmmaking, screenwriting, and directing. So I made several documentaries about my hometown and the culture.
That is a whole lot. And before I get to your documentaries, because I think your documentaries are awesome, guys. Her YouTube channel is right here with all of the, with her channel with all of the short films and the documentary. She's doing amazing work. Now, before I get to your film work, I wanted to get to your film work, but first I wanted to dial a bit back. And you mentioned that for all the way from Bintan Island, you had this opportunity to move to the Netherlands and Groningen.
Yes.
And the same because I'm here right now in Amsterdam as well. But I wanted you to tell the people as well, what were your experiences initially when you moved from Southeast Asia, from Bintan into a space like Groningen, into a space, and also adding on into a space like academia. What was it initially like, and how, what studies did you pursue there, but also what were your experiences in a space like Groningen in the Netherlands, and I know that connection between Bintan and the Netherlands, and that colonial history that that is shared, and you as an indigenous Bintanese daughter of Bintan in that space. What was it like?
Yeah, so at that time when I signed up for Groningen, so you already heard about my consideration to find a good city with a good seafood. But the other thing, because I'm just very
checklist.
Checklist. Because I'm very opportunistic goal. So when I was in Yogyakarta for my bachelor degree, I did a part-time job as a license officer and also working for the international bureau in my faculty. So I met several professors from Groningen because we run the summer school in Yogyakarta. So that's the first story why I also noticed about Groningen. Because as a small island girl, to be honest, back then I never have a dream to study abroad. And my English today, I can guarantee you that I never take any specific course. So before I went to Netherlands, I just take preparation course for the IELTS, for the English certificates. So I'm just focusing on answering the question instead of learning the grammatical or very long course about English. So it's just because I try to practice, and lucky me that I met a lot of good people who wants to talk with me with English, with my broken English, I will say. So it's really helped with my confidence.
Top notch.
Thank you.
Great English.
So that's the thing. So I never think about Groningen back then, and at that moment, I'm still very young. I don't have this kind of knowledge to think about I know that in Indonesia, we know that Netherlands or the Dutch is a colonizer. In that era, back then in the 18th to early 20th centuries, because we just have our independence in 1945.
Yeah.
But then I don't have this kind of motivation, I would say. I don't see it as a problem. I don't see it as a connection. I just see it because I know the professor, and my research in bachelor degree is all about water system. So I think, Netherlands have a good advanced water system, sanitation system. So I signed up and I got in. But after I came to Netherlands, like I said, distance makes my love fonder. It's also because I can get access to understand Indonesia better in this country, because this country show off a lot of history, a lot of Indonesia artifact in their museum, and that's how I get the access to understand it better.
And how long were you there for?
It's only 1.5 years.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So I spent I finished my master in 1 year.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so everything is very, very quick, but in a way I also met amazing people who also have like Indonesia and mixed Dutch, or have Indonesia descendant of families, and then that's how I learned more about Indonesia. And to be honest, when I was in Netherlands, the things that I recognize, I don't know if my professor listened to this podcast, but I said to myself, like, all this course cannot be implemented in Indonesia. all this information is to like the gap. I mean, the information that I gained from this university maybe can be used in big island like Java or Kalimantan or Sumatra. But it's not the case with my hometown. It's not the case with my small island. Yeah. And then to see this thing, I said to myself, like, I cannot just finish my master with nothing, I will say. So what I learned is not only about the infrastructure planning and policy, but I connect with some of historian. I digging more data about Tanjung Pinang. My research for my master still about Tanjung Pinang.
Yep.
So afterward, just after I come back from Netherlands, that's why I joined the parliament member election for my city. Because I know that some of the things that I learned from Groningen cannot be implemented even within 5 to 10 years. Maybe we need more than that, 20 or 30 years. Or maybe we need the system change to implement those approach that I learned in Groningen. But I think only one courses that really relevant with my situation. This is the ones that I really like. It called is all about the environmental injustice, is a global sustainability approach. This is a class that run by Atom Kam, Turhan, and Christian Lamker. So those lectures help me to understand how to solve environmental problem, not only using like I said, scientific tools, but also understand the indigenous communities' right, the voice of locals, and to respect culture. So yeah, that's the thing that I learned from my master. Yeah, so it's opening my eyes.
And to think that after your experiences in Groningen, and you coming back home with this, with all of these new experiences, and you run for parliament, I would not have the courage to do that. What was that experience like, coming back and running for parliament? You have so much courage, my sister. What was that like? Oh my God.
It's so drama. It was a drama. So I'm the youngest candidate back then that have a master degree in my hometown. So like I said to you, my hometown is a very small city.
Yeah.
Very, very far from the capital city of Indonesia.
Right.
So I will say that a lot of cases is a Nepo baby politician, I will say, because we have like some of like maybe the father will be the mayor, and then his daughter will be the parliament member, and his wife will be the parliament member for the provincial level. So this kind of cases,
Oh,
you're gonna
wow.
see there's very small family who run the political sphere in my hometown.
Wow.
So I know that, I mean, if I come back to Indonesia and just find a job back to Jakarta or Yogyakarta, maybe I can gain more income compared to working in my hometown. But some people, they don't find a job only because of the money. Some people also have their own ambition or goals, I would say, or maybe their own idealism. And lucky me that I said to my mom, I was young, wild, and free, and I want to use my privilege to become very idealistic person.
Wow.
So I said to my mom, like, so this inspiration come up because of, so after I almost finished my master back then. So there's a called career day. So we're gonna meet our alumni and having like talk and question. So one of the keynote speaker who come for my faculty career day is the mayor of Groningen.
Right.
Mayor of Groningen. And he also give me an inspiration that he said that, I mean, most of the time in many places, politician are dominated by the economics or social humanistic background, or I would say politics, like in Indonesia case. But as a master of science, I will say, as the urban planner, as an engineer, most of the time we design the city, we design the building. But who gonna assess and make a decision? Politician, not us as the designer, not us as the planner. It's just a plan.
Yeah.
But the execution, according to the executor. So now it need to be the reset of the system. Some of the scientific people, engineer, need also to be brave to take a part in political stage. We cannot only be a passive people who just make a good design. We need to also ensure that we have some good people who also take care about the execution, about the implementation.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. So I remember that time, in 2023. So the 2022, sorry. So next year's in the 2023, it's the perfect time to register as the political candidate because we have the upcoming elections in February 2024. So I called my mom, and then the funny story is my mom is the, we call it as KPU. So KPU is the, I need to find the English word. KPU is the General Election Commission.
Right.
In Indonesia. So my mom working as the part of the General Election Commission for my city. So she need to be neutral. She cannot be in touch with some political candidates. But we live in the same house. I mean, we are Asian. So even though I'm already 28, I'm still single. So I need to stay with my parents, right? And then my little sister, who now already in the 4th year of her bachelor degree, she is the advocate for young people to use their right to vote. So to campaign for the first year voter, I will say, first time voters. So you can imagine in the same house, my mom is the part of the General Election Commission or the committee of the election.
Yeah.
I'm the active political candidates, and then my little sister is the advocate for the young people to understand about politics. So we have different roles in the same house. But the thing is, because I know that money politics is like still kind of like a big thing here in Indonesia. So I already predict that I cannot win. I cannot get enough vote to be part in parliament member. I just want to challenge myself, and I want to challenge the system. I want to understand.
I mean, shake the whole system from its core. I mean,
75 years old man still be elected as a parliament here
Wow.
in my city. Can you
Wow.
imagine? One of another youngest candidate. So like I said, I'm the youngest candidate with the master degree, but there's also another young candidate, very young. I think is only 21 or 22 years old back then. She haven't finished her uni. She even haven't got her bachelor degree, but she got the seat because her father is one of the high-ranking official.
Of course.
That's the drama.
Of
So,
course.
and it's fact. I can tell you the name if you. I mean, if people say, "Oh, is it is a speculation?" No, it's not speculation. It still exists until today. So the father is the mayor of my city, and the daughter become the parliament member, the youngest parliament member
Wow.
back then. So I ran for election because I want to understand, can I get a seat? I mean my background have a good privilege, I will say, kind of like a good portfolio compared to other in Indonesia to become a parliament member. The minimum education level that you need to submit is only high school. Can you imagine?
Wow.
If you graduate from
Really?
high school, you can be a parliament member. But if you
If
want
you
to
finish
become
high school.
parliament member assistant, yes, if you want to be to work as the parliament member assistant, you need at least bachelor degree.
And for wait, a parliamentarian assistant, you need a bachelor's degree, but to be a
But
parliamentarian, you need to
you
at least
just
finish
need
high
high
school.
school degree. Yes,
Wow.
it's funny, right? So when I
I'm
come
processing.
and then I run for election, everybody, like most of the time, like the local news also interview me like, Asti, why you wants to join politics? You're still young, because they think politics is a shit. Politics is a dirty arena. So once you become a political candidate, we call it as caleg, calon legislatif. So calon is candidate, legislative is legislative. So caleg. Why you become a caleg? Once you become a caleg, you will get like a dirty portfolio because people will think you are politician. And not many young people love to be called as politician unless they have parents who already become a success politician, I will say.
Yeah.
So my mom is not politician. My father, of course, not. He was a smuggler. So he was in jail back then as well because of the smuggling. So I don't have a good background, to be honest. I don't have a family background that can support me to become a parliament member. But the good thing is I still get a food, even though it's not enough. And because of that journey, I learned about this city. I learned what people
Wow.
need. I listened to the young communities. I and some friend we establish art and cultural center is like a non-formal school that I run now with some of people. We make a movie screening discussion. We also make a filmmaking workshop. We make art exhibition, and then I become so close with some of older people who work as the traditional art performer because of that journey. If I didn't join election, if I miss this opportunity, maybe I cannot understand the people who live in my hometown better than today. So I know I cannot get win, but I won by my own standard, because now everybody who come to Bintan, I have a tour company called Bintan Bertutur, like the only one walking tour in this island, on this island. Every time I walk past people, they can call me by my name, like Asti, even though they are the parking guy, they are just people
That's
who
so
sell
cool.
ice cream. This is the achievement that I'm really proud of, that people can call you by your name, even though you are not politician, you are not celebrity, you're just
Right.
ordinary people who run the walking tour, who become very I would say weird political candidate because you have a master degree from abroad, but then you sign up as a political candidates, and I even making my own politics t-shirt campaign. So I design it by myself and I sell it because other political candidate, they will give give
Yeah.
it free to people because they want to like bribe people to choose them, right? Instead of like having my big photo, I make a satire text. So in bahasa, in
Yes.
Indonesian language, political party, we call it as partai.
Partai.
So
yeah.
my t-shirt in the front, we call it as ini kaos partai. Ini is this, kaos is t-shirt. So this is kaos partai. So this is political party t-shirt. But for your information, partai, Partai. In bahasa, the tai, tai is also mean shit or fecal or feces. So if you wrote partai, it's gonna be like part of tai, right? So part of the shit. So I make the text with the part of the tai, tai, with different color, with the yellow, while the rest is black. So it's just like part of tai. So ini kaos partai.
I swear that's so creative.
So in the back, we also have another graphic design in the back. So after you got ini kaos partai, this is a political party t-shirt. In the back, there's also another text called ini calegnya. This is the political candidates. So you got my point. It's like me in the back. So I have my photos that I make kind of like in paintings with some editing. And then I wrote in my photos with like a bubble, like the comics bubble. She talk shit, literally shit. Because I'm a sanitation ambassador for Indonesia since 2014. So because I'm a sanitation ambassador by the Ministry of Work and Public Housing, I'm literally talk about shit because my focus, my agenda when I ran as a parliament candidate was sanitation, which is shit. So when I said that she talk shit, literally shit, some people just like, oh, it's a nice because it's all about shit. But it's not bullshit. It's all about sanitation. I hope you don't censor
there are
all
underlying
of my...
meanings.
Otherwise, people will be like...
if when people know you and they know what you do, they will understand those nuances.
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a fun political party T-shirt anyway.
I have to applaud that. That is so creative. And I mean, just thinking of those kinds of creative inputs on how how passionate and courageous you were going into this space and those experiences that you have. I mean, that gives you a lot of things to learn from, and just reveals a lot about the system itself that you're trying to change. So man, that is amazing, awesome. Congratulations on all these things, all your work. Now we reached a section where we pause a little bit and we're going to sort of like do a little bit of an icebreaker. And so I call the section of this podcast, this section called Rapid Fire. You only have one sentence to answer this.
Okay, one sentence to answer.
One sentence. Right? You have one sentence to answer this, and I think there's around 10 questions. So yeah, just one sentence, letting the people know. All right. Some of it are, straightforward questions, and some of them is this or that, whichever. Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite book of all time?
The God Delusion.
By who?
I forgot the name of the author. Okay. I think it's
The God Delusion?
The Guts Delusion.
The book right here.
The Guts Delusion, yeah.
The Guts Delusion, okay.
Yes, it's Richard Dawkins, yes.
Awesome. What's the greatest advice you ever received?
If you are tired but you feel happy because of that, then that means your job is a good job.
Wow.
Can you understand?
Say that again.
Can you understand the point? My father said that if you feel so tired, but you feel happy, you feel satisfied, it's the indicator that your job is the good job.
Oh,
good can be like you have a good job, and also this is the ideal job for you.
Yeah, There's almost like a meme thing
Oh,
back home where we say, if you're tired, don't tired.
yeah.
It's a bit of broken English as well, but I mean it makes sense. Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to put something on a billboard, what would that be?
On
If it
the
had a
billboard.
message on a billboard, like a huge billboard, what would it be?
Oh, I will not put holy shit. I mean,
I was about to say, are you gonna put the?
no. I don't put the
partai?
holy shit. Yeah. Bintan not for sale.
Bintan not for sale. Okay, I love it. Awesome. Okay, morning or night?
Nike.
Okay.
I'm Nike owl.
Okay, Facebook or Instagram?
Now Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. Being invisible or reading minds?
Reading mind.
Hmm.
Indeed. I'm okay with become visible with politician now, even I'm become a protester or
Right.
activist for my own island. So I think reading mind is better because I can predict their strategy and beat them.
Wow. Okay. Now we're gonna go a bit to the food. Lobster or crabs?
Of course, crabs. We don't have lobster here.
Oh, that was the easy one for you.
We don't have big lobster here. We only have brown cuttlefish and a lot of fish, like many types of fish. Yeah.
Okay. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. Definitely. I mean, yeah, Harry Potter also nice, but Lord of the Rings.
Really? Wow. Okay. And the last one. Ready?
Yeah.
To be a dolphin or to be a shark?
Dolphin.
Okay. Wow, that ends our rapid fire section part. I mean, wow.
I don't know, but some people call that my spirit is a shark, is Hiu. Some of my Chinese families mention me that I have a shark spirit, but I choose to be dolphin.
You
It's
have
more cute.
what do you mean when you have a shark spirit? Is it like a family totem thing, or is it just you have
No,
this
it's kind
shark
of like
spirit?
so in our like community, some people will kind of like having you like predict you have kind of like a horse energy or elephant energy
Yeah.
or panda energy. So some
Ooh.
people say that I'm a shark just because they believe that my words when I criticize governments or when I give a feedback, I'll be too sharp. I'm very
Sharp. Yeah.
like shark. So because shark is so scary, some people will see it as very
Ambush and goes, in its sharp when it
So some of my
bites.
friends call me as hiu. Yes, hiu means shark in Bahasa, in Malay and also in Indonesia language. We call the song called Pulau Bintan.
Sing it for me. Let's hear it.
So the chorus will be hiu di lautan biru beranaklah dua ala sayang. So hiu mean shark di lautan biru, in the blue ocean, beranaklah dua, having two kids. Ala sayang is just a filler, darling. So it's a pantun. So pantun is like a poetry, quatrain poetry. We have 4 lines. So hiu di lautan biru beranaklah dua ala sayang. Hatiku rindu, apalah obatnya. So hiu beranaklah dua. Hiu di lautan biru. The rhyme and with biru. Beranaklah dua. The rhyme is and then the third line is hatiku rindu. My heart missing you is also you. Apalah obatnya? Apalah obatnya with the and the
Yeah.
rhyme and like dua. Apalah obatnya means what's the medicines? How can I cure it? You know, this thing. So they use you as well. So our song, our traditional song, our poetry is also use a lot of ocean elements into it.
I did not, I never doubted it. That is so cool. Okay, now I wanted to, check because you have these, you've been involved in films, apart from all of the other spaces that you're involved in. I wanted to know more about the films, and you have some of these films on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. So I have the traditional maritime knowledge book. Is all about the
Yeah.
way, not book lah, I will say just a zine. I took some photos with my friends, and then I wrote all the informations that I learned from people that I did interview. So it's all about how we can understand. So the book title is reading the heavens, understanding the ocean. So we're reading the sky and we understanding the sea. And this book is all about how the traditional fisherman, a jong player, jong is like this miniature sailing boat, and some of the indigenous community from the sea nomads can navigate their boats to understand where is the good time for fishing, where is the good time to coming back home soon, where is the good time to play jong, where is the good time to migrate to another island. So we always navigate our maritime activities by understand the wind, the monsoon.
The monsoons.
The monsoons, yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
the wind direction, yes. So we understand the wind directions, and in that design, it's open for public. Yeah. So the reflection in the last page, to ask all of us, imagine back then people can understand the ocean, the sky, and become a traditional knowledge they're passing down generation to generation. But now climate change, how come they cope up with these changes? But even though you use a technology today, do you think that technology can beat human mind and sense of the weather? How come we navigate our life in this kind of era? The best thing is not only to rely only on machine, because they can have a machine error or everything,
of course,
but also to understand from the older people who already have an experience.
those
And
that ancestral knowledge,
ancestral knowledge already. Yes. That's how I document this one, because even for myself, I'm not a sailor, I'm not a fisherwoman, but I need to know about this information because I want to sail to other places or island or other countries, and I want to understand the earth, the mother earth, and the wind, the sky. This is something that very valuable, because if you live in a places that you belong to it, you think it's your hometown, you need to understand it, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have a partner or beloved person, you want to know what's their favorite food, what kind of their favorite color. When their mood is like not really good, what kind of mood booster they like. It's also happened with my island. I want to know about this island better. Yeah, that's why I document that information in film, in short film, short documentary, and zine.
That's such a special thing to do, and I think and to put that on film as well, for everyone to try and relate with, especially in our region as well, because we have those strong connections too with the ocean, with that ancestral knowledge, and that's something we're very passionate in advocating for. Is we have this saying, and it's in one of the articles that I wrote with some of my colleagues as well. There's a Tongan philosophy, again we call it holomui kimuam, saying looking back into the future. meaning we need to, in order to move forward, we need to incorporate those ancestral knowledges that sustained us for millennia, especially in voyaging, for example. Those knowledges survived us for millennia, and it's always good to incorporate that ancestral knowledge with the latest technologies going hand in hand, and it's not one is more important than the other, or it's bringing them both together and moving forward with it. I think that's something really special about that, and you're able to put that in film as well. So awesome stuff.
Because my biggest concern is actually how many young people, especially in my hometown, feel disconnected from their hometown. They see my island.
Is
Globalization, and they see this island. If you come to my island, some people even see it is like the 1950s vibe, because we don't have skyscraper like I said to you.
Yeah, I love
it, definitely.
Yeah.
I love it, but I can understand, because when I was young, before I reached 30, before I get like 30 now it feels like I'm already like a grandma, to be honest. But when I was young, when I was teenager, my dream, of course, to go to Jakarta, to go to
move
Bandung,
to the big city life.
Right? Like, of course. And then that's how young people feel disconnected, because they don't see ocean as their livelihood anymore. They already see big industry, working in the mining company, working in the maybe government sector, have a steady income, but in a way disconnect them. And they grow up thinking their village or their hometown has nothing special, while actually the sea is actually greatest teacher that yes. And then of course, when we talk about sustainability, we often focus on technology, on policies, but for coastal areas like Bintan, culture is the missing link. Because if people lose their relationship with the sea emotionally and culturally, conservation, sustainability becomes very, very difficult.
Yep. Oh my goodness. I cannot 100% agree with you more. And now, so...
Payaksea.
Oh, let's go. High five to that. Okay. I have, I think, around 3 more questions. I mean, this has been an amazing session, and I hope you guys have been listening as well, because this has been amazing. Now 3 more questions. First one is, take us through the process of preparing your favorite local food.
Okay, it's called we call it as a sambal bilis. Sambal means chili, red chili.
You're
and
a spicy person.
Yeah, and then bilis means anchovy.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you come to my hometown, we have a dozen type of bilis, but the one that I like is called bilis lamba. So it's like a medium anchovy.
Right.
You need to fry it first until it's crispy. No need to put salt or pepper. Oh, I know some Dutch people love it, because you don't need to put any spice on it first. Just the anchovy. Just need to fry it until it's become like a golden brown and crisp. And then afterward, let it for a minute. And then to make the sambal or the chili, first is you need to like grind the shallot and garlic. Also the red chili. You grind it. And then you put like maybe 1 spoon of oil to the wok or to the pan, and then until it's hot, you pour in all these spices, the shallot, onion, and the chili sauce, the red chili sauce into it. Just mix it. Put some salt, and the best thing to make it more delicious, put a bit oyster sauce, and then put some sugar, because the sugar will make it more like a caramelize a bit. So you have a balance of the spice, the spiciness, and also the sugar and some salt. Just need to turn off the stove, put your bilis, And if you have a peanut, you can also fry the peanut and then mix it. If you have the tempeh or
Oh,
other
for the
things,
texture,
potato,
Yeah.
for the texture, you can also mix it. Just afterwards, you just need to stir it. Oh, the sambal bilis, and you can keep it for like several days because bilis, the sambal bilis, can be survived for like 3 days. I will say in the jar.
Wow.
Yes, I bring bilis when I was in Netherlands. I
You,
packed 1 kilogram.
you.
My half of my suitcase is just full with a lot of spices and ingredient for cooking.
Oh my goodness. I mean, bringing a little bit of home, to wherever
Yeah,
you
if
are.
you
Because
in Netherlands,
it's very
yeah, well,
hard, or you can't
it's
find those
very
spices
hard.
around here.
The anchovy, yeah. If you have one of the Dutch food blogger and vlogger, her name is Helena Smit. So she also has I think Indonesia bloodline as well from her families.
Yeah.
She wrote Rakus magazine, Rakus. Rakus. Rakus mean big appetite in bahasa in bahasa Indonesia. She wrote about Rakus magazine, and I'm also her collaborator in 2022. So I'm also part of her interview and the magazine. I'm talking about Malay or Tanjung Pinang cooking as well. So I cook for her. Yeah.
I'm hungry now, man. I'm hungry. I'm so starving now. I really want to eat.
Oh, seafood is our breakfast food. Can you believe it?
Seafood?
We have a seafood, grilled cuttlefish, and grilled fish is for our breakfast here.
I mean, that's almost like us. Our breakfast was always like leftovers from dinner, and we just reheat it in the morning, and it's so good. It's so good, and there's nothing that tastes good than like you cook the rice today and you eat it tomorrow. Oh, so like that day old rice, it's so good. You make fried rice with it, or even like the day old bread, and then you toast it, or you make French toast with it. Oh,
you are hungry.
I am hungry. Okay, now let the people know. Currently, what's three? I want you to name 3. Let the people know 3 songs that you're currently vibing to.
Oh, so I have some. So my playlist is gonna be so funny.
Okay, let the people know your top 3 songs that you're listening to every day. To hype you.
To be honest, I listen like very random song that I discover from. Wait, this is my playlist name. I need to even check it. Easy listening song that I just discovered on Instagram. That's the playlist name. And then so I don't know the background of the band or the musician, but I love the song. First is called Frankenstein. Yes, yeah. It's by Claire. Yeah, Claire Rosencrantz. I also don't know.
All these pretty boys trying to act like the shit.
Frankenstein, is that the name of the song or the name of the artist?
Yeah, the song title. And then the second one is called Cherry Wine.
By who?
Gran Perez.
Gran Perez.
I don't know how.
I know Gran Perez.
Yes.
Oh, great musician. I think is he Filipino, based in Australia or something? Gran Perez.
I actually don't know. I haven't digging down about
I remember one of
yeah.
my friends used to listen to Gran Perez. Shout out to Chloe Manao.
And this is the last one.
Oh wait.
I love that
Gran
song,
Perez,
the Cherry Wine.
Cherry Wine, let's play it a little bit. It's playing right now.
Oh yes. I can also put it
The song, Gran Perez, Cherry Wine.
We could take our time and get to know each other over cherry wine.
Okay. And then the last one, this is the one that just today I use it when I prepare for myself after shower. I put some lipstick,
nice.
This is called Bak Ina Di Dance.
Bak Ina Di
Dance. It's by Generation and Scaramucci. I need to play it a bit. Wait.
back in the dance. It's difficult thing that make you jump up and prance. So we there you back in the dance, back in the dance, back in the dance. Warning, warning, warning. I wanna make session drop. Everybody start sing. Yeah, this is a warning, warning, warning. I think we might just stop. It is everlasting. So make it
Back in the dance right there. The song.
Back in the dance, that's my song today.
So if you want to vibe like Asti, get these on your playlist right now. What are you waiting for, man? What are you waiting for? Get these on your playlist.
To dance.
You need to go back in the dance.
Back in the dance.
Oh man, so cool. And now finally, Asti, But yeah, let the people know, what are your plans, what are the projects you're doing, and what are your hopes for 2026?
So JG, I told you already, I was politician. I'm a filmmaker. I'm actually also a lecturer in one of Polytechnic in Bintan for ecotourism.
Amazing.
And geography tourism. But for 2026, I also get another title that I got from media because of one of my video on Instagram got viral. I speak up about Bintan not for sale. So some media put a title as on me as a activist. I take it as a compliment, as an activist. So I will say that because of my research as a filmmaker, I got in touch with several layers of our society. And one of them that I already keep in touch since 14 years ago is the Orang Suku Laut, or we call it as the coastal or sea indigenous community. It's Orang Suku Laut, so Orang mean people, Suku mean tribe, and Laut mean sea, so sea tribe people. And just 3 days ago, I speak up on my live Instagram about their ancestral burial ground will be moved because of the big industrialization, the mining company. Lucky that after we do some cross-check, the company and the government say something different, that they say that they will keep the cemetery or the burial ground. So I spoke up on my social media. I don't get any paid. I don't bring any organization just because I'm also worried about their safety. And I'm also worried about the cultural loss. This is the only one traditional ancestral Orang Suku Laut cemetery that we still can keep on Bintan Island, because the rest already get relocated to the normal cemetery. I mean normal cemetery because we have different kind of ritual, and even the characteristic of the landscape will be different. So for now, I'm involved in advocacy work with them, the indigenous sea-oriented community living in the east coast of Bintan. My wish for this year that I hope I'm mentally strong enough to survive as their I would say as their friends, as their companion for them. And my goals is also to make a movie or design about their ancestral land. And then this is very sensitive issues now. I got just 2 days ago, to be honest, I had a meeting with a high-ranking government official in Bintan just because I spoke up about the company, the big company who almost relocates the cemetery, and they even cannot bring the environmental impact assessment report during the meeting. So if you type Bintan not for sale or Bintan Orang Laut on Google, I think you're gonna find either my video or the information about this East Coast problem. And my wish is we can win in this battle. I know that advocacy is a process. It's not like a protest. In this case, it's a slow, careful work, but it's really necessary. And I just during the meeting with the high-ranking official, I also get a bit how to say, it's like not intimidation, but they asked me to take down my video because they said that my my video is also affect the investment atmosphere in Bintan. So I only have 4,000 followers on my Instagram. I'm not even an influencer, but because of a lot of media stitch my video, upload it on TikTok, upload it on Facebook and Instagram. Now I gain more than 100 people, young people, uni student, trying to also become ambassador to speak up about this indigenous community issue. So I wish I can be Asti as an activist for environmental and cultural issue. And yeah, I hope that when land is the government also considered the indigenous community and the cultural sustainability or preservation, I will say. Because for your information, this city, I mean, it already very, very close with the company land. And because of they digging some drainage, the seawater come in and the Nipa frutican palm in that area died, cannot survive. And without the proper social impact assessment and environmental impact assessment, they cannot understand that actually the Nipa palm, it been used by generation to generation by this indigenous community to become like a cigarette, to smoke.
Yeah.
Because the smoke is like the medium for them to speak with their ancestor.
Wow.
So yes, you keep the cemetery, you don't relocate, indeed. But how about the Nipa and the mangrove that you already destroyed because you did the reclamation?
Yes, all of these things to consider, it's crazy.
Yes, so
Wow.
So it's not easy. As someone who works in culture and storytelling, I feel a responsibility to stand with communities whose story are often spoken about but rarely spoken by. So sometimes the most important work is simply making sure people are not forgotten.
Yeah, remembered, that they're remembered. Yeah. Wow. And guys, there you have it, with all that work that you're doing, Asti, for sure, we hope that this podcast will help get the story out there, let people know more about the story that you're doing and the amazing work, and let me just remind you as well that the work you're doing is so critical and it's so inspiring. And so, all I can say is that you have my full support, for the amazing work that you do. And I hope that your story again goes a bit viral, goes viral and creates more awareness on what's happening in the world right now for our communities, and how can we tell that story
Yes.
the world, but also to our communities, reaching out as well. Who knows, there might be a little girl somewhere in the Pacific who sees this and thinks, I want to make change too in my communities, so very appreciative.
Yeah. Thank you, JJ. I mean, ocean doesn't only connect island, it's also connect stories, generation, and the way we seeing the world, right?
Yeah. And guys, there you have it. You have the amazing Asti. This is a Just and Equitable Transition podcast series, the Traveling Diplomat with JJ. Thank you so much, Asti, for everything. You're amazing. Don't forget that. You're amazing. And we look forward to hearing more about, you and your work in the space that you're involved in. And guys, this is all her links. This is her LinkedIn, this is her Instagram, this is her Facebook, this is her bank account details, this is her email, this is her password for the bank account. No, all seriousness.
And this is my shoes number.
Your social security number, your superannuation. But there, guys. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for more episodes coming out in this series, meeting the amazing people that I'm continuously being inspired by in my experiences, in academia, in the ocean space, at the IMO, and beyond, guys. So again, this is Jeff now, Jeff tomorrow, and Jeff for the future. Chee-hoo! Thanks, Asti.
Banyak saya.